Rick and Morty Fashion, Season 8, Episode 2, titled Valkyric, delivers a chaotic mix of sci-fi action, family dynamics, and dark comedy, all capped off by a hilarious and unexpected post-credits twist. The episode features Rick and Space Beth teaming up to take down the Gromflamites in a high-stakes battle. But despite Rick's meticulous planning and uncharacteristic faith in an unseen ally named Cisco, that inside help never arrives. So, what really happened? The answer comes during the post-credit scene, and it's classic Rick and Morty absurdity. Cisco's disappearance finally explained. He just got way too high. Throughout the episode, Rick seems bizarrely confident that someone named Cisco is going to help him and Space Beth from the inside. Space Beth herself is confused, pointing out that she's never heard of this guy before, and it's rare to see Rick place so much trust in anyone, especially someone we've never met. But Rick is adamant. Cisco will come through. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. In the post-credit scene, we finally meet Cisco. He's passed out on a messy couch, still in his underwear, clearly coming down from a major drug binge. He suddenly bolts awake in a panic and realizes he missed the mission entirely. "Remember the space guy that paid me all that money to do that thing?" he says to his girlfriend Sandy. "Well, I missed the goddamn thing." Sandy, unfazed, casually asks, "Does the space guy know you have a drug problem?" Cisco shrugs it off, saying Rick didn't, until he met her. As if to underline the absurdity, Sandy offers him more drugs, and Cisco, already late and disheveled, gladly accepts. Why Cisco's absence actually works in Rick and Morty's world. What makes this twist so perfect is how it flips the typical sci-fi trope. Instead of betrayal or tragedy, Rick and Morty gives us a character who simply got too high to remember he had a mission, a painfully mundane and hilarious explanation that fits the show's irreverent tone. Rick rarely relies on others, especially with such certainty. That makes Cisco's failure all the more tragic and hilarious. It adds a layer of tragicomedy to Rick's character. Even when he tries to trust someone, it blows up in his face in the most ridiculous way possible. It's also worth noting that Cisco did seem to care, sort of. He hurried to get dressed as soon as he remembered, showing that he at least meant to follow through. But Rick and Morty isn't a show about well-meaning people doing the right thing. It's about chaos, failure, and the universe's indifference to our plans. Setting up Cisco's future in the series? While Cisco's cameo could have easily been a one-off gag, Rick and Morty has a habit of turning background characters and throwaway jokes into recurring legends. Just look at Mr. Poopy Butthole, or Evil Morty. Cisco might be the next in line. This one-scene stoner could be the start of something bigger. Rick may confront him in a later episode, leading to either a hilarious revenge arc or an unexpectedly heartfelt reconciliation. Maybe Cisco will get another shot to prove himself, or maybe he'll screw it up in the exact same way again, reinforcing Rick's distrust of people. Interestingly, the nature of Rick's trust in Cisco raises questions. Why was he so confident in a guy who calls him the space guy? That line suggests Cisco barely remembers Rick, making Rick's belief in him even more puzzling. Maybe there's a deeper backstory. Maybe Rick helped Cisco in the past and thought that meant something. Or maybe Rick's just getting soft. Either way, the show has planted a seed that could bloom into something very funny or very weird later in the season. Cisco could join Rick and Morty's roster of iconic side characters. Season 8 is already shaping up to expand the universe's roster of recurring characters, and Cisco might be a breakout star. Not for his competence, but for his complete lack of it. In a show that often dives into cosmic-scale problems and multiversal madness, Cisco is just a guy who overslept because he was too high. And that's exactly the kind of absurdity that Rick and Morty thrives on. If the writers decide to bring him back, Cisco's drug problem could even become a narrative thread. He might try to redeem himself, or Rick might use him again just to prove a point about how unreliable people are. Or maybe he just keeps popping up, always just a little too late or a little too high to be helpful. Looking ahead at Rick and Morty Season 8. Here's a quick look at the upcoming episodes and when to expect them. Episode title release date. 1. Summer of All Fears, May 25th, 2025. 2. Valkyric, June 1st, 2025. 3. The Rick, The Mort and the Ugly, June 8, 2025. 4. The Last Temptation of Jerry, June 15, 2025. 5. Cryo Mort or Rickford, June 22, 2025. 6. The Curix's Case of Benjamin Button, June 29, 2025. 7. Ricker Than Fiction, July 6, 2025. 8. No Mortland, July 13, 2025. 9. Morty Daddy, July 20, 2025. 10. Hot Rick, July 27, 2025. With several episodes still ahead, there's plenty of room for Cisco's story, or mess, to continue. Final thoughts: a classic Rick and Morty gag with deeper possibilities. Cisco's drug-fueled absence in the post-credits scene of Valkyric is a pitch-perfect Rick and Morty joke, absurd, dark, and weirdly relatable. But like many of the show's best jokes, it also opens the door for deeper stories and character dynamics. Whether or not Cisco returns, his debut adds yet another layer to Rick's complicated relationship with trust and control. And for fans, it's a reminder that even the smallest post-credits gag in Rick and Morty can spark something much bigger.